This video comes to you from Gongaii Games, your source for Star Wars Destiny singles, sealed product, and tons of other great games. Check them out at gongaii.com. Use discount code COMMANDO10 at checkout for 10% off your purchase. At today's tournament, Amy started and finished at the top table, so we're dubbing this week's show the Roll It Like It's Hot show. Hello everyone, and welcome to Dice Commando. This is round 2 of today's standard tournament at Gongaii Games in Portland, Oregon, USA. On our left we have Brenton. He's playing his age-old and tried Iden Talzin. He, of course, is playing Rift Valley with profitable connections for that extra dollar on the start. On our right we have Amy, who we saw win the last round. She's playing eWatto Talzin. And she is on the Salt Flats, although it does not appear to be on the page. So Brenton will win it handily there, but will certainly take Rift Valley. He will also be faster, so he definitely wants that for the removal. Yep, and that is what he'll choose. So Amy goes with eWatto, which is what he saw her do last round, and Brenton drops that extra dollar there for his plot. So let's get started. Brenton has first strike. Alright, so just remember that Iden, while her dice are in, you cannot action cheat. And Talzin, when she rolls in, you get an extra flip. So he'll drop the conscript for 1. So the only leader is Iden. Talzin is just a witch. She's a witch. Amy gets us started with the easy play, which is to roll in Watto. And by easy, I just mean the no-brainer play. She gets $1 and $1 for 1. Goes back to Brenton here. Brenton's going to be way faster than Amy here. I think Brenton has a good shot at taking Amy down. It's a lot more health. There's a big health differential, but his speed and consistency is giving him a pretty big advantage. However, if Amy can get an early ramp, I think she's going to potentially overwhelm him. It'll depend on what she ramps with. Entourage into Fickle seems pretty good. So we do see a hover tank in her hand. That's not as good on the 2-wide matchup. But 3 indirect is 3 indirect, right? So, alright, so it is Brenton's action here. Okay, hand cannon onto Iden. Not bad. Alright, so that is a 2, which means it's an even. But definitely an even worth playing in this deck. So back to Amy. So Amy can net 2. Okay, so she's going to roll in Talzin first. So she's probably going to look to flip. It gets a focus, so she's probably going to flip the... Probably going to flip Watto to a plus. So we see a Vandalize, which isn't odd. Will she flip to 2 gun, or will she flip to the +2? It's like she's going to flip to the +2. That'll put her at 5. Right now, Brenton's worried about the fist, which is completely reasonable. If he gets discard, he might take it here. Right, there's a blank, a 2 focus, and a 2 gun, and then he rolls in the conscript with a blank. Actually, I think Amy does have the fist. I think that's the card there on the bottom-most, closest to her left hand. Right, but she's going to mislead the 2 focus. Amy does lean heavily towards control, which is not bad considering how slow she is, because she can always make up ground later. Alright, so Talzin will come in, rolls well with a 2 and a 1, shows a vigilance, so Brenton will get to flip. That's a lot, so that's a... Man, that's not bad. So it's a 2, a 1, a 2, and then the +3 on the hand cannon, which is what he flipped. Alright, so there's an add odds. Now that goes on the bottom of the discard pile. Yep, there we go. Alright, Brenton's action here. So Amy has spent, well, she does have the 3 against. Yes, yeah, she can get that with the hover tank, and she'll get 2 activations of it with Watt. Okay, so Brenton's going to pitch to reroll, drops the energy bow to do it. He's still sitting pretty well, gets a blank. There's Amy's 1, 2, 3. Alright, so Brenton goes for Watto first. So that's 5 total, so 4 net through the shield. And then, yep, Amy's going to power action the hover tank in. Using the Watt power action, gets a blank, but she does have a focus. So do note that Rift Valley can only remove a 2 or less, so if she flips to that 3 indirect, it's unremovable. Right, there's a 1 indirect on Watt. I think she was hoping for the focus, but it should be yeah, that's definitely a fist in Amy's hand. So she has a fist and a flank. Brenton does a very good job of playing with his cards on the table, which is a very smart move. Okay, so Brenton passes. So Amy, she's got to flip to that 3 so it doesn't get removed. Looks like she'd gone to the 2. I think she's... Yep, so she goes to the 2. So Brenton's going to remove that because we know he has vigilance on the top. Yep, so he claims he's going to remove that. Yep. So now Amy has... So she'll deal the 1 indirect. She doesn't have any money, so she only has a 33% chance on the hover tank. It's a 2 disrupt. That's no good. She has 1 pitch to reroll on the flank. She's not going to drop the fist. And she's even thinking about the flank. Again, it's only a 33% chance because the special side's a pay. But it's definitely worth paying for 4 right now, right? Alright, so yeah, she'll pitch a reroll, see if she can get the 33%. Oh, there you go, exactly. She can't pay for it, and that'll end the round. It was worth a shot, though, right? Alright, so Brenton will get us started. Each of these guys will have 2 money to begin the round. So we do know that Brenton will draw Vigilance, because we saw that last round with Talzin. And we know that Amy will get a Vandalize, which we also saw with her Talzin. But the main thing, Amy has 2 Vandalize, a Witch Magic, and I think a Well-Connected. I'm positive that's Well-Connected. Oh, so Brenton opens with a Stifle for 1. I think the right play is for Amy to immediately just play her Well-Connected and pop the Stifle. I think that's the right play here. Okay, but she'll roll in Watto first. Gets money. Not a bad deal. So it's an effective 2 money. Okay. Brenton brings in Iden. Rolls a blank, a disrupt, and a money, and then the conscript comes in with the +2, which is great for him. Because he's going to have no problem flipping to a base side. Amy's going to have to figure out how to get her fist on the table. But then, you know what she's going to run into is some money problems, right? Is that hover tank, inevitably, just because that's the way the world works, will roll on the special. Oh, money problems are going away very quickly here. Okay, it's back to Brenton. So Amy already has enough to get her fist down. Right, so he pays 1. Oh, for a Vigilance. No die can be flipped for this turn. So that will go away at the end of the round. This will go away at the end of the round. What Vigilance reads is opponents cannot flip dice. It is good for the round. So Talzin is not super effective right now. Yep, so she's just going to take her money at this point. I think what she probably wanted to do is flip to the +2. Alright, so here comes Talzin. Now do remember the dice flipping is not applicable to Brenton, so he can certainly do his thing. Alright, so he shows a Tactical Mastery, and he'll get to flip 1 die. He rolled the focus and the discard, so probably flips the Talzin discard to a 2. Nope, goes for the Iden blank to a 2. Okay, fair enough. Oh, into the 2 focus. Okay, yeah. Nicely played. I see it. Then he can go to the +3 on the hand cannon and a 2 on somebody else. Yep, there's Amy's fists for 5, and it'll roll in. The 3 gun, not bad. Right, so 3 focus to 2, 2, 2, or 2, 2 plus 3. Yep, that's a lot. That's a dead Watt and a good amount of damage on Talzin. Amy's action here, she's in a... Yeah, so she'll just do 3 to Talzin, which is fair. Alright, and then there's a dead Watto, and then 4 to Talzin. But Brenton's done without, barring his removal. Amy still has people to bring in. So Brenton will just keep passing until he gets something he can remove. All right, there's the 2 disrupt again on the hover tank. Note that is the alt art hover tank from the new kit. All right, fist comes in, 4 for 1, no good for Amy because she can't afford it yet. She does have the well connected, but she's not going to be able to do that with Stifle. All right, she's bringing in Talzin, but again, no flipping with Stifle, so gets a focus, which is an effective blank. Brenton's going to continue to pass. He's just going to sit and pass because remember he has that Vigilance sitting on top. So as soon as Amy shows a 2 damage, he's going to remove it. So Amy just needs a pitch to re-roll. She has a 33% chance on both the hover tank and on Talzin. And actually she only has a 16% chance on the hover tank of not getting removed. But what else are you going to do? You got to pitch to re-roll into it. So it's Amy's action here. Nice. There's a drop to re-roll. Oh, so she left the fist, hoping for a money. It's a blank and a discard. Brenton will pass again. Alright, so she'll drop the well connected. Now that'll pop the Stifle. Oh, they're going to draw. Yeah, there they go. Yep. So the Stifle. So Amy does not get a resource. Needs to flip it back over. Yep, and Brenton did not draw. Alright, so Brenton's action. He'll pass again, I'm sure. Yep, which he does. So it's back to Amy. I'm sure she's back to the pitch to reroll. 2 cards left. She's not going to want to get rid of that Witch Magic, but she might have to. Alright, yep, pitch to reroll. There she picked up the 4 for 1. I think that was the right play. Alright, there's some Talzin damage. That'll get removed. The hover tank she can't pay for, so Brenton's not worried about that one. Yep, so there he'll claim, show the Vigilance, remove, or sorry, not Vigilance, sorry, Tactical Mastery. Vigilance was last turn, sorry. Either way, we were all on the same page. So, Talzin's removed. Amy has 1 card left in hand. She's going to have to do it. Alright, so she's going to disrupt first, and then she'll power action back in the fist and see what she gets. 4 for 1 again. 2 pay sides. She's got a pitch to reroll. There's too much potential value on the table. You have to try it, right? Alright, so what she do, she'll pitch to reroll. All right, so she got the special again on the hover tanks. That's unresolvable, but 3 more into Iden with the fist, and that'll do it. So we'll go into round 3. The vigilance does go away. All right, Brenton takes his 2. Amy takes her 2. Watto is dead. Brenton's, he has 6 left and 8 left, 14 left, 5. So it's about even right now. We do see that Amy just drew an entourage. Oh, another stifle. At least it's not a vigilance. Amy needs that flipping. Oh, she has a slave 1 as well and a fickle at odds. Amy's in good position here. She just needs the extra money. On the other hand, she can just put on a ton of pressure with the hover tank and the fist. Yeah, the fickle's actually looking pretty good to power action in right now with Watto just to put with Watt to put pressure on. Yep, that's exactly what she's going to do. I think that's the right play. So fickle in, it'll roll in. She's hoping for like a 2 right now. Nope, but gets a blank. So do remember that that stifle there cancels the first action, so Brenton's probably going to be able to do what he wants here. Alright, so he rolls in Iden. It's a money, discard, and then the +3, so he's got stuff to pair with it. It is interesting in this Talzin matchup because these guys can kind of play a weird game if they have to of showing the card on the opponent's deck to flip. Alright, so Talzin rolls in with the 2. Amy will look at her own, shows a 1, so she'll flip to the 2 probably. That's what she does. Yep, so that's 4 more. No easy pickings to worry about, right? So right, Brenton's action here. It looks like he was... Is he pitching a reroll? Oh, no, yeah, that's why he was down, because he played Stifle, sorry. So he has 4 cards in hand. He's going to bring in Talzin, makes sense. Nice spot glot Talzin from a regional victory there. Okay, rolls in, he gets a 1 gun, shows an odd, no shocker there, and he'll get to flip a die. Probably, does he go the money or the shield? He goes the shield to the 2. I could have seen the argument for the 2 focus, although he doesn't really need it. Alright, so Amy will just take her 4 off the table, puts it into Iden, who's now at 10 with 2 health remaining. Brenton's certainly going to shoot here, just wipe Talzin away. It'll be interesting though because Brenton will about be done with his dice and then Amy almost gets to start her turn. Right, so that'll drop Talzin. Oh, and then he's gonna stop. So interesting, is Brenton setting himself up for a pulverize? Because he could take the dollar off Iden. Very interesting. Alright, so Fickle comes in again on Amy's side. Rolls a 3 for 1. That's enough to kill an Iden. You hate to overkill, but the thing is, Amy's also not in a rush, right? Because the damage from Iden is really gone at this point, so Amy can... Yeah, so he'll take his dollar. Interesting, Amy's actually not in a rush. She doesn't have to drop Talzin here, because there's no dice, there's no die advantage to it, so... And the reason that's relevant is because of indirect, so... It's Amy's action here. You know what, that might actually be a hired muscle in her hand and not an entourage. I may have misidentified that card. Right, so she's going to bring in Watt. It's $1. That 3-for-1 is important because it's... Oh, so no, there's no pulverized play there because he just spent his $1. That 3-for-1, like I was saying, is important because Rift Valley cannot remove it. So Rift Valley is a 2 or less. So with that extra $1, Amy is actually in really good shape because now she can afford multiple pay sides, right? So Fists will come in. All right, there's indirect, just like we were talking about. So Conscript rolls in. It's a 1 gun. But Brenton's going to be in trouble here, depending on what Amy rolls. So Amy takes the $1. Now do remember her first event gets canceled, or I should say her next event gets canceled. Alright, so there's 4, so Watt will take 3 net through the shield. There's really no reason for Amy not to just resolve her indirect here. Oh, she's just going to drop... Okay, so she's going to drop Talzin, paying the $1. Goes back to Brenton. Okay, Brenton's going to pass. He's just going to play the Rift Valley game, right? So Brenton will keep passing at this point until there's a 2 on the table. Okay, so Amy brings in her hover tank. It's a 2 disrupt again. Does Brenton remove that? It does not. So Amy will power action the Fist for its roll in. There's a 3-for-1. Alright, so he's going to claim. He's just going to take the hover tank off the board. Shows a reach for the stars. Takes hover tank off the board. Amy will just have to hit for 3 and then duke it out the next round, I think, is the only option, right? Can I just say how good looking that Witch Magic alt art is there? Like, that's a gorgeous alt art. Alright, it is Amy's action here. I think she just shoots. Yep, so 3 more into Talzin. Talzin has 2 health remaining. Sitting at 7. Brenton will get first strike, though. Do remember, though, Talzin's not a leader. So those conscripts do not come in with her. So it takes him several actions, and he's going to want to go a little slower because he'll want to make sure that the modifieds have something to pair with. So Amy might have the advantage here. Yeah, so it was in fact a hired muscle and not an entourage. And Amy discards it. Right, so Amy just drew an act of cruelty, which is worth 1 damage. But she's got to get that stifle out of the way first. So let's see what Brenton does here. With Talzin gone on Amy's side, the vigilance play isn't as big. Alright, yep, so as expected, he leads with his conscript, so he gets a disrupt. Amy probably just rolls the Fist in. Yep, exactly. Alright, there's pressure. He's going to have to remove it. Alright, there's an add odds that'll go back on the bottom of his deck. Goes back to Amy. And probably just power actions. The Fist, I mean. So Amy has a handful of removal, it looks like. She does have the 0 cost well connected, which she can use to pop the stifle. So that's probably the right play. Just get it off the board. But, I mean, there's a lot to be said about putting your opponent under pressure. Okay, so she's actually going to go with a hover tank. I mean, okay, there it is. What can Brenton do about it? That was exactly what Amy needed. That thing hasn't rolled anything but the 2 or the special all game, so Brenton's got to react here. He can't Rift-Valiate, not that he would claim anyway right now, but... Oh, interesting. Okay, so Riot Shield, so because Talzin's not a trooper, that will only take 2. So Talzin will take 1 net, which puts Brenton in active cruelty range. I think Amy's got him. Yeah, so it'll be 1 net through the shield. Alright, back to Brenton. Can he witch magic? That's the question. Alright, so he rolls in Talzin. Gets a gun, shows an energy bow, and he'll flip. Does he flip to the +2 or the... He does. Oh, so sorry, he'll just flip to the 2. Okay, so that's 3. So Amy plays Actor Cruel. Oh, that's going to get Stifle canceled. Oh yeah, they just realized it. They were going to shake on it, but they just realized it. All right, so that is fantastic sportsmanship that we normally see in this Dice Commando crew. Excellently done, Brenton. Let her take it back. Right, so she'll play the add odds to cancel it out. And now Brenton knows he's in trouble. However, Brenton does know what's coming, so he can disrupt. That's exactly what he's going to do. However, Brenton's probably in trouble. So, okay, yeah, okay. It was 6 one way, half a dozen the other, right? So there's the well connected. Yep. So this one's gonna go to Amy. All right. There's a reach the stars. That doesn't actually get him anything though. So this one's gonna go to Amy, but mad props to Brenton for allowing the take back. Again, we continue to see excellent sportsmanship from this regional crew. Nicely played, Amy. Game goes to her. If you like what we're doing here on the Dice Commando channel, please show your support with a like and a subscribe. Please remember to keep all comments civil and constructive and to help us continue to grow this amazing community. Thank you for watching Dice Commando.